rolling.
We are rolling. So we think we figured out the gremlins there. Not the Nuglubs, the tech gremlins.
I think so. Yes. I've no idea. I'll find out when I come to edit the last episode.
Yeah, when we get a frantic message from Stu going, it's all gone fucking wrong. We need to redo it. I'm like, no, we can't. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Absolute worst case scenario will be I have to record my lines again, like listen to it and just record them and insert them, which
that's true.
I've done before, but that's a ball ache.
Yeah, I bet it is. Not something we want to do if we can avoid it.
No, but hey, it's good to have a fallback.
It is good to have a fallback.
So we're into February now.
Oh, bloody hell, are we?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it safe to say there's a new Prime Minister?
There's probably been a few.
That's probably has been a few by this point.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No, we're so as we're recording this, listeners, we are still on the 27th of November.
Yes.
Yeah. We haven't had Christmas yet.
We're doing a mass record before Stu is basically AWOL for 4 or 5 weeks.
Yes.
Same here as well.
And you can tell it is getting toward the end of a big recording day because I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to flag quite hard. I think I'm probably going to make this our last one.
For today.
The
last one of the year for us. I mean, we're well into the new year for the listeners, but last one of the year for us.
Okay, so before we get to that point, does anybody have plans for Christmas? You all got stuff on?
I've mentioned this before, but obviously you weren't here, Darren, so I'll mention it again. Basically, I have no plans for Christmas other than Christmas Day is a day off.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But we don't have any shows after Christmas this year, so actually that Christmas Day is a day off, and it is then the start of 2 lovely weeks off before I go back to work.
Nice.
1 week of which I will be spending in Finland, which would be nice.
Oh, sweet! I'd love to go to Finland.
It'll be my second time in almost as many months. Looking forward to getting back out there. Hopefully, I won't be left homeless in Helsinki this time because that was fun.
Yeah. The play I'm working on is running through all of December, except for 3 days around Christmas, and the get out is on New Year's Day.
Oh, mate, that's fun.
Yeah,
that's fun. To be fair, I'm flying to Finland on New Year's Day, so I'm going to be making an international flight with a hangover, so it'll be fine.
Do you reckon it'll be quiet though? Like, or do you think it will just be?
It probably will be. It probably will be a quiet flight. To be fair, like when I booked it back in, whenever I booked it, it was quite cheap. I think it was like 60 quid outbound.
Wow, that's not bad.
So yeah, it's pretty good. And like I've picked like the last flight of the day anyway. So I'll be getting there quite late. I've got a bit of time to recover from New Year, but yeah.
I don't envy you having to do an airport with a hangover.
It's all right. I'll fix it because everybody knows that when you go to an airport, if you didn't take a selfie with your pint, did you even go to the airport?
That is very true. And it is where you can, get yourself a beer and a nice big burrito, sort your right out.
That's it. Oh, it's making me hungry just thinking about it.
Yeah, same here. I don't want a beer.
Well, I want to hear about your play. So, is it going to be open to the public to buy tickets and come and see it?
Yes, it is. I am not in it, but as part of the course that I'm doing, I have to work on it. So, at the moment, I'm going to the rehearsals to watch them and get a feel for it.
Yeah.
And then once it starts, in a few days, it will be... Next week is the get-in, so then tech rehearsals start. I don't think there's a lot for them to give me to do, so I'm getting the impression that I am going to be doing a lot of lifting and moving things around, which I'm fine with, which I said I was fine with.
Usually the way. If you've not got a specified role.
Yeah.
If you've not got a specified role, you're probably an ASM.
Yeah.
Just
a humper.
A humper.
I am a dirty humper.
Speaking of dirty humpers, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side. I finally got a good one in today.
Did you?
Oh dear. I mean, that's better than Big Bloody Hole or whatever it was I came up with before.
Yeah, or Hurty Dumpers.
That's it.
I'm just really glad Neil's not here for this one.
Yes.
I miss Neil.
We miss Neil.
When's he coming back?
We don't know. We don't know at the moment.
At some point in the new year, we think, but he's very, very busy with Monopoly and other things. So
Is he still doing the Monopoly thing?
He is, and actually, he's just had it extended. So I heard from him yesterday on this. He's had Mr. Monopoly extended to June, and he's going to take it.
Yeah, if it's a good, from what I understand, it's quite a good role and quite well paid. So absolutely, why not?
It is.
Sweet.
It is. Yeah. So I don't know is the honest answer. We'll find out.
He'll return to us when he's ready. If he never returns to us, it just means he wasn't ready.
That's it.
Anyway, to actually introduce the podcast, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and for many others. And I'm joined by Stu.
Hello. I'm
joined by Darren.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Asta.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So what is your role within the play that I'm down? Is it excuse me? Is it literally just there to move stuff around and hope you find something more interesting?
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody on the course has to work on a production at the theatre, and so everyone else's is sort of spread out. Some people are working on the pantomime over Christmas, which will be in the main theatre, and then the play I'm working on is in the studio. But initially, when we were given plays to work on, we were asked what sort of areas we were mostly interested in, and I said lighting and sound design. But I don't think there's much for me to do in this one. But they're a really nice bunch of people, and it seems like a good, fun play. It's got songs in it, so it's a bit of a musical. So yeah, at the moment there's just it's just going to rehearsals and watching them, and then hopefully they'll find something interesting for me to do once the tech start and the run starts. But we will see. But I have to, like I said, do it as part of the course and log so many hours working on it. But it's all of December, so I've pretty much given up. I can't make any plans through December. When I'm not at work, I'll be at the theatre, and when I'm not there, I'll be asleep probably.
Yeah, that's the way it goes in showtime. So I'm trying to read something real quick.
Not that he wasn't listening to you there, Darren.
No, I absolutely was listening. I was kind of half listening. Yeah. No, that I could absolutely empathise with that. That is just how it goes with theatre. So certainly, that's how I'll be. Tech. You have Tech Week, then you have a month of shows, and then you just die for for like 3 days afterwards. It's great.
I haven't really done any theatre since I did Ed Fringe back in 2019, mainly because of lockdown and that. But yeah, that was definitely. Mind you, I was also director and producer of that, and it was That was pretty damn intense.
Didn't go well, did it? That particular incarnation.
It went. The play went extremely well. We got rave reviews. We got sellouts. It did absolutely brilliant. The cast knocked it out of the park. And I'm saying that as a member of the cast. I was brilliant. No, it was just behind the scenes. I had difficulties with the co-writer.
Yeah, I vaguely remember you telling us about that. Which we won't go into it in detail because we don't need to.
Not on air, no.
Definitely not on air. Right. Okay. All right. So that brings us to about 10 minutes worth of lovely little preamble. So I think we should start talking about the game again. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Where do we find ourselves, folks? What is going on?
We've met a friendly, kind person who isn't going to murder us in our sleep. That's what's happened. Casey Haran.
Casey Haran, yes, indeed. What's everyone's opinions on this strange individual who's walked out the forest?
I do not trust her.
Ryden is in two minds, as am I. I would like to trust her. New elf friends are always nice, but she's a little bit sus.
Alwyn completely trusts her. Stu doesn't trust her for a moment, but Alwyn, no. She's fine. She's fine. Of course she's going to be skittish. And to be fair, in the circumstances she's described, yes, of course she would be skittish and fearful and nervous. And it's a chance to do some good. To help some people, which, Alwyn's always up for. Della's probably just eyeing up this poor woman's money purse.
Potentially. I obviously I can't speak for Amy.
No,
potentially.
No.
Is Otto still asleep somewhere then? Is that?
Yeah, he's. So just before we left to come on this mission, Alwyn did go and find him out and had a chat and said, we're going off to do this thing. Do you want to come? And it's like, well, you nearly get me killed a lot. I'm going to think about it and I'll help the heralds for now. So
I'll find a way to join you when I can. That's Dom's way of saying I don't want to run this NPC anymore.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
But it could get complicated, and as it's an extended period of time, as we know.
Just write him out for a little bit.
The right call, with room to come back.
Always.
Neil.
Come back, Neil. We miss you.
Come back.
Although now, of course, we've got a proper magic user who can just call down the power of the gods, and everything goes insane. So
this one I don't like. She can't even turn into a shark.
No, but she's already touched the Starstone. That's Alwyn started coming round to this idea.
Yeah, she is a goddess walking among you.
Yeah. I mean, Alwyn wouldn't put it that way because that sort of statement to a young woman gets misinterpreted.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely does.
You are a goddess amongst yes.
Yeah.
You have a woman's purse.
I'm sure she'd be flattered at being considered a young woman.
She looks young. I mean,
I can't remember if we actually established how old Ryden was, Asta.
I do have it written down.
Excellent.
I don't mind sharing.
If you want to, absolutely.
She is 230 years old.
Oh, that's good to know.
Damn.
That's very good to know.
But in elven terms, that's a blink of the eye. She's a whippersnapper.
Yes. also important because that means that Raiden has seen 2 Queens of Irison before Elvana. Or sorry, one queen. It gets weird. She's seen at least one additional queen.
She's seen some shit.
Yeah.
She's seen some shit.
So
Right.
much. Why do you think her eyes are different colours? It's the stress.
I've heard that can happen when you're stressed. Your eyes just go green randomly.
Yep.
Particularly if you're playing in Eternium. No, wrong game. Sorry. Go on, Stu.
I gotta make so this is like as a player. This has nothing to do with our. I have always had this absolute obsession with heterochromia. It's just my god. I when I was quite young, about 18, I met a girl on a train who had different coloured eyes, and instantly fell madly in love with her. Heterochromia. It's a real thing for me.
And
Good to know.
when I first described Raiden to Dom, he said, "Wow, considering what elves look like in Pathfinder, that's terrifying."
Fucking terrifying. Because obviously elves don't full-blooded elves don't have eyes the same as humans do. Their eyes are much more like gemstones, more like bug eyes almost. So yeah, the fact that they're just solid colours is like, oh god.
Yeah, that's less appealing, got to say, as a player. But yeah, but no heterochromia. As soon as she said like she got heterochromia, I'm like, oh. But I've been keeping it kind of under wraps because, hey, you don't always share these things. Well, now I've shared it anyway. There it is.
Now you have shared it anyway. Right, Pathfinder, folks. Pathfinder. Let's play some fucking Pathfinder.
You've shared it, you can't unshare it.
But he can edit it out.
Yes, that's
share
true.
it, yes. But I won't because we know I've got form for saying
Right.
embarrassing things and then not editing it in.
So, having finished your little break within the within the forest, you've met Casey Haran, and she seems ready to move on with her injury taken care of, and she stands up and she looks to all of you and she says, "Very well, are we good to move on?"
Yes. This way. We now start judging. Oh, when we did the introductions, I forgot. This is Chardonnay. Chardonnay, pour. Yep. Chardonnay, hold a pour to shake.
Yep. Casey takes Chardonnay's pour.
Good. Oh, and that's Della. I don't think we mentioned Della.
Hello, I'm Della.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, please, you're my guides here. Lead the way.
Okay. I will now start jauntily stomping off.
Raiden is going to walk right next to her. Not like uncomfortably so, but like shoulder to shoulder.
Yes, like head in her face, like.
What's your deal?
Amos at the rear.
Amos at the rear, sure.
I'm so glad Neil's not here.
So you make your way back through this tunnel this tree tunnel that came to be a dead end, and yeah, after a short period of walking, you come to once again to the clearing where this silvery pool of water remains. Still seems to be raining upwards, and the curious water creature is still in the centre, still with its shoulders hunched and peering in your direction. This individual is still there, still looking at you. And again, as you approach, you start to hear once again this soft singing, this almost ritual chanting of this creature in the centre. Drip away, 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 away. Drip away, 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 away. As you enter the clearing, it says, drip away, away, away. Drip away, drip away. Ah, the little droplets return once more. Whither will they rise?
Yeah, don't mind us. We're just passing through. This is our new friend Casey. Yes. I think when we come back, our friend Ryden wants to have a chat with you about some things, but we'll sort that out later. Just, yes.
The water rushes. The water rushes, but it cannot understand. The water moves, but it cannot speak. Yes, yes, this is the way. Drip away, 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 away. And again, you watch as the water begins rising up into the air.
Right. Just carry on walking.
Yeah. You all make your way back out, and after a short while of walking through the forest, sort of with Casey along with you. After a short while, you start. The path takes you back towards the entrance of the forest, and you can see. You can start to see daylight ahead of you, and you can just make out from where you are. You're sort of maybe 100 feet back from the entrance. You can just make out that there are still these two members of the Winter Guard who seem to nervously be guarding the entrance to the forest itself.
Oh, I never did answer your question about the explosions.
Ah, yes.
There's a... how to put it delicately. Confrontation. Outside.
Confrontation?
Between factions of the Sissy. There's overflowing complications, so, be careful. Don't get swept into anything. And,
I can't make any promises there, my dear. It sounds like... The way you describe it, it sounds as though there might be people in trouble. I should like to help them if I can.
That's very noble. I suppose then, sort of glance at the others momentarily and then look back. I suppose a very important question at this point, if you're going to try and help people, is pro Elvana or pro Baba Yaga?
Pro Elvana or Baba Yaga, my darling, I do not care for those who rule this land. I care for the people who live in it.
No,
and if this conflict is, as you say, between factions, it has the chance to spiral out and have ordinary people caught in the middle. I can't allow that.
That's perfectly understandable and quite reasonable, I think. You see, Alwyn, as I said, it's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, I get that. Sort of not, but okay. You'll see some followers of Milani probably battling the guards. My suggestion, obviously, your own answer, but my suggestion would be to help the Milani worshippers because I think they're more aligned with what you're looking to do.
Followers of Milani. Yes, that sounds agreeable. How will I know them? How can I tell these factions apart?
They'll be the ones fighting with the guards.
I see, and the guards, the Winter Guard.
Yes.
Ah, yes, I've seen them. So if I see individuals fighting with those, perhaps that's where I need to focus my attention.
Yes.
Well, thank you, all of you. You've been.
Tell them we sent you.
Oh God.
I will do just that. Thank you for guiding me out of this forest, and for my apologies if I've taken up too much of your time on your world-saving quest. But I wish you all the best, and you see. You now notice as she says this, where you had patched the injury on her left hand, Alwyn. You watch as the bandage breaks free, and you see blood once again begin to pour down her hand as she clenches her fist.
Oh, is that all right? Does it need treating again?
It's perfectly fine, my dear. I just wanted to give you a gift to remember our meeting by. And she places her left hand upon your face, Alwyn, sort of marking it with your blood. And as she does so, she says to you, "Courage bless your heart, and remember what is worth more than yourself." And as she says this, Alwyn, you feel a surge of strength, almost, perhaps even bravado, as you gain the benefits of the heroism spell.
The what spell? Sorry,
the heroism spell.
Heroism spell.
And she, if everybody else will allow her, she will do the same to all of you. She marks your faces with blood from her hand. Gives this quick incantation: "Courage bless your heart, and remember what is worth more than yourself." And yeah, assuming everybody allows her to do this,
No.
you all gain the benefits of the heroism. You don't, Amos.
I don't trust it.
No, absolutely. So as she reaches toward you with her hand, and you sort of pull and you sort of recoil from it, Casey stops. She looks at you, and gently she retracts her hand. And as she looks at you, Amos, she says, "Yes, this one has strength enough already," and withdraws the hand. And with that, Casey Haran, without saying anything else to you, she draws both of her morning stars and she vanishes out of the entrance to the forest.
Well, wasn't she very nice?
Yes, she was quite pleasant actually. I was a little on edge at first, kind of frightful seeing her just walk out of the forest like that. But no, she was quite agreeable.
I feel ready for anything. Right.
So yeah. So you as mentioned, those everybody except Amos kind of received this small blessing from her. So your faces are now obviously marked with her blood, and you are under the benefits of the heroism spell. What I will say is it's going to last longer than the spell description says, but you don't really know how long.
Until you say otherwise, then.
Until I say otherwise. So yeah, you've got plus one to attack rolls, perception checks, saving throws, and skill checks. So basically +1 to everything except AC, which is nice.
Okay. Is it not +2? I might be reading the wrong thing.
It's only +2 if it's heightened to 6th level.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
So yeah, with that interaction done, what do you guys want to do?
Want to chat with your drippy friend?
I suppose so, though really not sure how much she's going to be able to tell us, but I'm not sure, something just seemed a little strange about them.
A little?
Yes, just a little.
Okay.
Are you not used to seeing semi-attractive elven people walking on water? I mean, goodness me.
No.
My dear friend, you need to explore the world a little more.
Yes, clearly. Right. Well, let's go have a chat with them then. I mean, you'll probably get an answer in riddle or about water and
Probably.
liquid goes up when it falls down or something. I don't know.
As I say, I'm not sure what it is. There's just something. Anyone here has to be here for a reason, I think. Especially with the magic in the area.
Do you think they might be dangerous?
Forgive me for sounding a little incredulous, but maybe take a moment to look where we are.
Hmm?
I think anyone that's here is probably a little dangerous if you treat them wrongly.
Casey was very nice.
Yes, because we were nice to her.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Let's.
Owen looks very perplexed.
Oh dear. I'll start walking back towards the pond.
Yeah.
To the weather wizard.
To the weather wizard.
Weather wizard.
Where the weather wizard wiki while. Don't know. Right. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you make your way back through the forest. The blood lingering on your faces for just a moment, and you quickly make your way back to the clearing with the pool of water. It's as described before, sort of 80 feet across in diameter. This strange silvery. Now you look a bit more closely at the water. It looks almost it's silvery to the point that it looks almost like a sheet of glass or a mirror that has this water just dripping upwards from places. And once again stood in the center of the lake. You see strange individual. Once again, as you approach, you see. This individual once again is looking in your direction as you approach, and they say, yes, once again the little waves return. What brings you hither, little waves? You cannot affect the tide.
Arwen gives him a little wave.
He doesn't wave back.
I think it'd be more creepy if he did.
You wanted to ask him? Then.
Yes. I'll step a little closer, not so much that I'm sort of trespassing into the water itself.
What I will say, Ryden, as you get closer, kind of approaching the shoreline, you do start to feel quite a strong chill emanating from the water. The water looks quite cold. This individual is stood kind of up to their waist in it.
Goodness me, I've forgotten everything I wanted to ask. It's quite a marvellous scene.
Has the beauty of the tide struck you dumb, little wave?
Definitely a little.
You can always ask them if they're evil.
I'll leave that to the experts. This seems like rather a strange place for such a marvellous scene. What's your purpose here?
Everything is where it should be, and also not as well. But in time, all will be made right. The job of the wave is not to question the tide, but to move with the current as if a flowing stream.
So, everything's where it should be, but not at the same time. And if I recall correctly, this place has very strong links to the First World, so... Is it the forest that's not where it's supposed to be?
Forest, yes, and forest, no. All is where it is supposed to be, and also simultaneously not. All is right, all is wrong.
Well, if there's something wrong about it, how would one fix it?
Do not as you say that, Ryden. You see this individual for the first time. They crack what can only be described as a smile, but it's comes across more as a grimace than a smile. And sorry, the question was, Asta?
If something is wrong, how would one fix it?
Do not concern yourself, little wave, that for the tide has the means to sculpt all.
This dude has a very patronising tone.
Easy, Tiger. He's a very powerful weather wizard to me, so... Yeah.
Just out of character, because I haven't been playing for a while. I want to fight. I'm feeling a bit sort of tetchy.
Bit itchy.
Yeah, a bit fucking itchy, you know. You want some?
And the little wave falls silent once more. Go then, little wave, be gone from this place, lest you trouble the tide no more.
Can I ask a question?
Another wave crashes, another surge breaks. What does the water ask of I?
Are you dangerous?
He's evolving.
That's it.
He has become self-aware.
The tide is strength, the tide is power. Water crushes, water grinds, water drowns, and water binds.
Alright, but are you dangerous?
The tide is never twice the same.
I can't make head nor tail of this.
Same here.
It makes sense to me.
Oh, good.
It doesn't to you? Oh, okay. Well, as the tide is great, vast, and knowing, would the tide know how to get to the hut?
Seek the shore, the little wave does, and yet the shore is far yet near. The wave must chart its course alone, for the tide cannot... Something pretentious sounding and wanky.
Interfere.
For the tide, for in that matter, the tide cannot interfere.
That rhymes.
The shore, the wave must find themselves.
I see.
That's a no then.
Oh, I would interpret that as it very much knows where the hut is. It's just not going to tell us. So my next question is, are you directly interfering and getting in our way?
The tide does not the wave obstruct. If the wave is mislaid by the tide's drift, that is unfortunate. But not the will of the tide itself.
Oh, I think I understood that one. We're too insignificant for him to give a shit about us.
That's certainly one interpretation. A little crude, perhaps.
I like plain speaking.
Well, thank you very much for your information and your time. The wave will wave off.
Go in peace, little vocal wave. Or stay and play. The tide will linger.
That's odd, though, because the tide doesn't stay. The tide comes and goes. Or it should.
Comes and goes, yet always present is. Here and not here, there and not there.
I will turn to the others. I think I'm done for now.
Nothing. I don't know what this fella is talking about.
I think I've just had an epiphany.
Did it hurt?
It's weird. It's sort of a tingly sensation. I'm wondering if what this person is saying is that the forest and this person and the pool and all the creatures are always there, just sort of kind of like an invisible on a different sort of plane of existence normally, but something's happened to bring them through to this plane of existence. So they're always there, just not seen.
I'm quite impressed. That was my thought as well.
Ah, that must be the answer then. Is that... Does that answer it for you?
I'm just not sure how it helps us at the moment.
I mean, not everything does. Could be nothing to do with what we're trying to do.
True. I just want to have a quick look at the water itself, the sort of the silvery stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you want to know about it?
If you squint hard enough, can you see anything on the other side?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
For a 29, and then there's the +1 from the heroism for a 30.
Okay. So as you stare into the water of this lake, you see, and it's like looking through a fisheye lens. It's a bit foggy, it's a bit murky, it's not very clear. It's really only with your natural 20 there. You sort of strain and look ever closer. You do see part of you, Ryden, expects to see you expect to see nothing more than the bottom of the lake. What you see instead, which is kind of, again, through this sort of murky fisheye lens, you see what appears to be another part of the forest. A clearing somewhere in the forest itself. Within the clearing, you see there is a 2-story wooden hut. that stands on enormous chicken legs that restlessly scratch at the ground, that are secured to the earth by a gigantic manacle of iron. You can see, as you look a little closer, around the edge of this structure, there is a fence made of bone or something, upon which you can make out that there are two figures impaled upon bone pickets. You can see a few ravens hop and flutter over the bodies, picking at the choicest bits of flesh. And you also see, you can just make out the form of a woman hovering as though suspended in midair, with her arms outstretched to one side. And then you blink, and that vision is gone.
I sort of visibly recoil, blinking a few times. I think I've just seen the hut.
But down there?
Yes, like it was showing somewhere else in the forest, like a magic of some sort. It was definitely the hut. It had the classical Raiden sort of mimics like stomping feet with her hands. Like the big stompy chicken legs.
Well, I suppose it's called the Dancing Hut. I guess that means it dances.
Wait, we've just found a chicken cottage.
So this was like...
number 6 large.
So this was like scrying sort of thing. Not. I mean, we don't have to go jumping in the pond to get there, or do you think it's a portal?
Would I have any inclination, DM?
With that perception check, not really. I mean, certainly what I would say is you stared into the lake. You saw this, whatever this was, and then, like I say, you blinked and it was gone, and then you're back to seeing the actual bottom of the lake. You can draw your own conclusions, really. Or perhaps find another way to investigate. You don't know.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely certain. It may have just been a vision.
No clue as to what direction we should be heading in.
Well, from what I know of the region, perhaps from where we just left our new acquaintance, probably directly north. Based on what I know of the area and where the hut was placed, and so we could go and check out another area.
Head north.
Oh, I should mention there was a woman at the hut, sort of hovering, arms outstretched. I couldn't make out any features of them, but it's fair to say that there's definitely someone there. And two figures impaled on a bone fence, which is somewhat foreboding, but then what more would you expect?
Wonder if the woman is Baba Yaga. We can always ask our new friend what'll happen if we jump in the pond. Excuse me?
The waves linger. Welcome, little wave. Do you not have another current to drift upon? Stay and play a while, the tide will mind you not.
Well, we're trying to figure out which current to take. What would happen if we jumped in your pond?
The water cleans and water scours. Waves join water to join the tide, then break apart and scatter again.
Oh, that sounds really bad. I don't want to be taken apart. Almost looked like you were going to say something there, Amos.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, you're full of good ideas.
Well, I just thought maybe we could find a squirrel or something and throw it in. See what happens.
Yeah, there's always Chardonnay.
Raiden, you and I need a chat. Clearly evil. Yes, Owen looks unimpressed at that suggestion. I mean, yeah, grab a squirrel and lob it in.
Do you do that? Do you do that?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to throw a squirrel in.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Make a survival check for me, Amos. Let's see if you can catch a squirrel.
Alwyn will assist.
Sure. Roll survival, Alwyn. Roll survival.
Oh god.
17.
17.
I'm broken. Total of 10 for Alwyn.
Okay. So no success for Alwyn there. Alwyn almost gets in your way as you're doing this, Amos, as you try to catch a squirrel. But eventually, you do catch yourself a little grey squirrel, and you lob it into the water, like an overarm splash.
I want to do a proper baseball.
A baseball pitch. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
proper launch it, skim it across.
Yeah. You skim the squirrel. It bounces twice on the water and then lands with a splash in the pool of water. It disappears beneath the surface for a couple of seconds, and then as you watch, the surface of the water breaks, and you see the squirrel bob up to the water and starts paddling its way back to shore. You have made the squirrel wet. And likely very unhappy.
I suppose that answers that question.
Right. Yes. No, that was good thinking. That was good thinking. Right. I think we just need to. It sounds.
Maybe a slightly bigger forest animal.
No. I think we're okay. I mean, what do you think, Raiden? Probably just some sort of scrying. I mean, say just that's pretty powerful stuff, but you know.
Perhaps.
Maybe you looked in the waters and it showed you what you wanted to see.
That's definitely a possibility. Ooh. It does happen sometimes. I definitely think maybe we'll keep this in mind, but maybe we should try and venture a more direct route.
Yes. I think keep it in mind is going to be pretty hard to forget.
Especially with the state of that poor squirrel.
Just as you finish with this conversation, the squirrel makes its way back to shore, sort of shakes itself off like a dog and puffs up in the process. Just glares at Amos for a second and then scampers off into the trees.
Amazing.
Yeah. Going to be your nemesis in 10 levels time.
That's it. Yeah. The squirrel will remember that.
Right. Let's keep heading north then.
All right. So you return to the kind of central area near the entrance to the forest. You have two options ahead of you. There is a path. The clearing extends towards the north, and there is also another pathway that leads off to the east. As you kind of come back into the clearing, let's have a perception check from everybody, please.
Dirty 20 for Alwyn.
Okay. 14.
That's another 30.
Is that a natural 20 by any chance?
Yeah.
And fucking hell.
I want to confirm these are different dice to earlier as well. I changed them out.
Well, clearly they were all rolling ones, so
yeah.
I mean, I think we need to try and bottle some of your luck, Asta. We've made a fortune.
I'm secretly a halfling.
That's it. Maybe it's Della's luck. Like her halfling luck seems to help everyone else except her. I don't know. All right. So as you make your way back into this clearing and you start heading off to the north, Ryden, you hear this coming from the direction of the path off to the east. You hear very faintly, Ryden, "Help! Help! Someone help!" And I'd like to clarify, only Ryden hears that.
Her long elven ears sort of do a little twitch, and she'll look in that direction. Does she see anything?
You don't see... From where you are, you only see the kind of wall of trees. Wherever this, whatever the source of this noise is, it appears to be coming from further down the eastern path.
Oh, fuddle. Someone's yelling for help.
I
didn't hear anything.
To help them.
Do we? Yes, we do. Let's... After you.
See, this is why it's not a matter of perspective.
Anything, so long as I don't have to listen to that wet wazzock bang on about waves and tides anymore.
Yes. Thank you, by the way, for your help.
You've left at that point.
Oh, good.
And I think it's safe to say you got the sense he didn't really give a shit either way about what you thought of him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fun NPC. I really enjoyed that. All right. Okay. So are you heading off toward the east?
Well,
Ryden reluctantly is.
Ryden, go on.
I thought the path was to the north.
The path. So there's two paths. There's one leading to the north, one leading to the east.
Okay.
Ryden has heard this call for help coming.
Oh
from
yes,
the
because
east.
of the helping, help.
Yes, yes, that's it.
Which I didn't hear, so that's my excuse.
That's fair enough. All right. Okay. All right. So you make your way across to the eastern side of this pathway, and you progress around sort of through this pathway. And as you start to progress down the tunnel, down the path, all of you now start to hear this. Help! Someone help us! I think. Is there anybody there? Help us, please! Someone. Sounds like the voices of potentially two quite young children. And as you continue following the sound of this noise, you start to see, as you kind of come round a corner, you can see as you look up towards the forest canopy, and you start to get an idea of where this noise is coming from. You start to see that perched precariously in the branches of the trees is a small house, seemingly lifted into the air by its foundations. And as you start to see this house, you hear the creak of the branches as this house teeters and sways with the wind. It doesn't appear to be that stable at all. And as you look up and you start to take in what you can see, you can just make out, leaning out of one of the windows, you can see there is a young boy and a young girl leaning out of the window and calling for help. Help! Someone please help us! And they clock you. You down there, please help us! We think the house is going to fall. And our daddy can't get up. Please help us! And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
I don't trust them either.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Alexander Nakarada and editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
This might surprise you. Alwyn doesn't either. He's getting a
Maybe
flashback.
we should get a squirrel and toss it into the house and see what happens.
Okay. Okay.
Alwyn had many years ago had a bad experience with a child in the woods.
With a child in a forest, yeah, he did.
Yeah, which he was reminded of quite recently, and
Yes.
just getting a sudden flashbacks of that. Not that that'll stop him from helping them, because he's an idiot. He is an idiot, but hey ho. So who do we think Casey Haran was, really, then?
I don't know. I'm still sketchy about her.
I mean, would Alwyn like to make another religion check? I know this is after hours, but maybe we'll get something cool for a post game.
I'll stick another religion check in here.
Can I help at all?
You can make your own religion check.
Sure.
I mean, mine, literally, I rolled a natural 1 there, so... There we go.
Where's my religion? There's my religion.
Alwyn knows nothing.
Alwyn,
I'm losing my religion.
according to Alwyn, she was just a ranger, a lost ranger in the woods, who happened to have a morning star.
I rolled a natural 19 for a 28.
Okay. Let's think about how much I actually can tell you here. 28, you said. So,
wait, no, it's a 29 because of the heroism.
Because of the heroism, that's it. So 29 for Ryden there. You don't follow any gods. Certainly no gods that Dom is aware of. But you've studied them for a lot of your life. Milani is one of the more secretive goddesses. Her domain is that of rebellion and standing up for the common man and the oppressed and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's you're passingly familiar with Milani, and as part of your familiarity with some of Milani's doctrines and things, you are aware that like other gods and goddesses, Milani does have divine servants that walk the realms to act in her name. There is one, or rather, because of how small Milani's following generally is, and she's a relatively young goddess herself. There is only one that comes immediately to mind. An individual called Courage Heart. And beyond that, can't really tell you much more else about her.
But beyond that, you're getting nothing.
That's it. Yeah, you've sort of, and like that information is kind of the limit of what you've been able to learn over your years about the faith of Milani. But you do know that she has a divine servitor known as Courage Heart.
C.H. Casey Haran. She's not the Messiah. She's a very naughty girl.
Very interesting.